Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káalẹ́. Anytime tẹ́ bá ti ń wò mí. Hi my friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was trying to blend in with the language of the food I'm preparing today, but I was caught off guard. I can't speak Yoruba to save my life. Today we are making AMALA, GBEGIRI and EWEDU from Oyo State, or Oyo Ibadan. Even though I'm not from Oyo State, I'm definitely going to try my best with this recipe. So just stay with me. Let's move right into the ingredients. These are all ingredients we are going to be using for the AMALA, GBEGIRI and EWEDU. You need ewedu leaf. This was properly washed. It was plucked. You can see how I carefully plucked off the stick from the ewedu. If you properly pluck off the stick away from your ewedu leaf, it will draw properly. It will draw more than when you did not pluck off the stick from your ewedu. So this is properly plucked, properly rinsed and ready to use. Using baking soda instead of potash, corn, because I do not have corn at the moment. So baking soda is just a good substitute for corn. It is a perfect substitute for corn. Iru, crayfish, palm oil, bouillon cubes, salt, momo, my protein, cow meat. You can choose to use goat meat, bokoto, any just freestyle it. After all, is your food. I'll also be adding in fresh fish to my OMI because we'll be making OMI to accompany the ewedu and gbegiri. Yam flour. Although there are different types of amala, we have the one made from banana, abi plantain. I'm not so sure which is the white one. We have the one made from cassava. I think they call that one pupuru, but this one is yam flour, the black amala. My smooth pepper blend for my OMI. This is tomato, fresh tomato, cayenne pepper, also known as bawa, rodo, also known as habanero pepper, and onions. So now that we've gone through the ingredients, let's start with the preparation of our soups. But I will try my best to make this particular video as explanatory as possible, while I also save time because I have 4 burners right here and I will not be able to wait for one to get ready before I proceed to the other one. So while I'll be doing 2 at a time, just to cut the long story short, I'll be doing 2 at a time. So we're going to begin with our gbegiri. Gbegiri, you need beans to cook gbegiri and you need the beans to be soft. I'm going to put the beans on heat right now, then proceed to making the OMI. So for the gbegiri, go in with enough water, about 2 cups to 1 cup of beans. Now go in with your beans. Let's add enough teaspoon of baking soda to this. This will just make your beans get softer faster. Cover and let it cook. So while our beans is cooking for the gbegiri, let's proceed to make our OMI. The first thing first is our base of the stew or the soup. We're going to start with boiling our protein first. Salt, just 1 seasoning cube will go a very long way. Now we're going to let this cook in its own juice. No water needed yet. Just let the meat cook in its own juice so that all the seasoning can absorb inside it and it can be very tasty. It's been 10 minutes and I'm sure our meat will have been cooked a little bit. So now I'm going to go in with our cow skin, a little bit of water to let it cook for extra 10 minutes. The meat and the cow skin is properly cooked. OMI is very straightforward to make. No, we don't have to fry anything while making OMI. It's not necessary. Although some people like to heat up their oil a little bit. Then when they heat up their oil, they are going to go in with onions and then go in with the pepper blend. But I'm not about to pass through all those procedures right now. I'm going to go very straightforward. Now that I have my beef and my cow skin cooked, I'm just going to go in with the pepper blend and I'll go in with my red oil. I'm not going to be frying anything. Then I'll just season it with my seasoning cube and salt, cover that and allow it to cook. Easy peasy. The pepper blend, I try to make this as smooth as possible. Palm oil. Extra 1 more seasoning cube. A little bit of salt. Some crayfish. And each man they put crayfish anywhere. Now is also the best time I go in with the fresh fish. Let's cover for 20 minutes and allow to cook. There's no way you would tell me that this OMI is not giving what it's supposed to give. You don't want to oversteer so that your fish doesn't break. Let's taste for seasoning and salt. It's just perfect. Let's cover and set aside. I'm sure our beans is properly cooked. It is very soft. Let's proceed to add the rest of the ingredients into our GBEGIRI. Some crayfish, little bit of salt, 1 seasoning cube, very little palm oil. Now we're going to just give this a good blend. I would love to use my hand blender, but I'm scared it should not scratch my pot. So I'm going to be transferring this into a bowl and I'm going to be using my hand blender to blend it, then sieve it into this pot. So let's do that right now. And just like that, we've been able to make bean soup, also known as beiri. We call it beiri in Yoruba, but the English name is bean soup. And do you know that this soup, aside AMALA and EWEDU, this soup can also be paired with tuwo shinkafa and pepper sauce. So let's just set this aside while we go into making our EWEDU. Into your pot, bring some water to boil. We're going to be boiling enough water. I'm just going to be eyeballing the water to the EWEDU leaf I'm going to be cooking. To our water, we're going to go in with half teaspoon of baking soda. I already said this earlier in this video that if you do not have corn, that is potash, you can use baking soda as a substitute. Now let's allow this to boil. Our water has come to a boil. Now it's time to add in the EWEDU. We're going to cook the EWEDU till it has wilt and it is now soft. This is a lot of EWEDU. I prefer to cook large portion because EWEDU is kind of stressful, plucking the leaf and going through that stress. So what I do is just get the full bunch or a large amount when I go to the local market, and I'm just going to just cook it all at once and freeze it. But this is actually a lot of EWEDU, and once this is ready, I will know that for at least 2 weeks or 1 month I'm not going to cook EWEDU again. Now let's just cover this and let it wilt. When your EWEDU is wilted, you will know because the water begins to bubble up just like this, and you just know that your EWEDU is wilted. So I'm not going to be using a jabel, but if you don't have a blender, you can use that broomstick they used to use. But if you have a blender, there is no point using broomstick. Why do you like to stress yourself? Choose soft life. So I'm just going to be using my hand blender to just whip it up a little bit. You don't want it to be smooth because when you use ijabe, it is not always smooth. You just want to roughly blend it, and then you have your EWEDU. And now you can add in anything you want to add in, be it crayfish, your locust beans, seasoning cube, your salt. Add in whatever you want to add in. Even if you want to add in grounded egusi, it goes in right now. So let's add in what we want to add in. Locust beans, salt, seasoning cube. Let's get to combine. Look at how dry this looks. Hey, I've been from Oyo I come from. Look at how perfect this looks. EWEDU is very easy to make. Now you know just sabi the trick. So I hope you've been able to understand the trick on how to make EWEDU. So sharp, let's make our AMALA. For the AMALA, bring up some water to a boil. While it is boiling, let's prep our yam flour. My yam flour was already shifted. I shifted it already because of particles that comes with it from, especially when you get them from the local market. So right now I'm going to just take out some and set that aside while I dilute this with water. This simple process just helps remove every lumps that is in the yam flour instead of passing through that process of applying extra pressure while mixing it on heat. This will eradicate every lumps in it. Our water is boiled, so let's go in with the mixed yam flour. Just keep stirring continuously. It begins to thicken up gradually. This was removed from the original yam flour just in case this mixture is a little bit watery, then we will add this, but this is just fine, so there's no point adding this. And if you want to add this, you can feel free to add this, then add a little bit of water to it, then give it a good hand massage and a good turn, and you will just have your amala just like this. So perfect. Normal, if I did not even tell anybody, you people will be thinking I'm from Oyo State with the way I nailed this project. And by its looks, you already know that it tastes so good. But let's give it a quick taste on camera. It's giving party standard. You know that kind of amala, good Yoruba party. It's not those beg party. Good Yoruba party. That's what it's giving. The amala is super soft and succulent. The pepper, everything just made a perfect match for each other, and it's really good. God bless our ancestors for making this perfect combination. My friends, if you've not subscribed, please kindly hit the subscribe button. Is there any time I'll be begging you to subscribe? Please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've watched to this point of this video and you've not thumbs up yet, why now? Have I not tried? Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to drop your comments and your suggestions in the comment section. I would love to see you in episode 4. Bye.